In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the site Voki. With Voki, you can create speaking avatars. I've already created an account at Voki and I've gone ahead and logged in. To create a Voki, I'm going to click the Create tab. This will randomly select a Voki for you, which you can then use or you can change and customize. So you can see that they have given me a cat. If I don't like this Voki, but I want to just randomize another choice, I can click this die right here and it will randomize a Voki for me. Now, anytime you see this banner across the Voki, that is for the paid version of Voki Classroom. So you would not be able to use that since we're using the free version. So I can continue clicking the die until I get a Voki that I like, or I can customize the Voki myself. So we're going to go to the Customize Your Character option, and I'm going to click the head first to choose a Voki. Now, Vokis are divided into different categories. You can see there's holiday, there's Digimon, there are dogs, cats, and so on. Now, if I want to go back to this holiday section, I'm going to point something out. You see the Vokis with the graduation cap on them? Those are Vokis that are reserved for the Voki in the Classroom accounts, and we're using a free account, so you have to use one that does not have that hat on there. So I'm going to scroll through and you can see all the different types of categories. I'm going to choose the oddball category and I'm going to choose this girl right here. Alright, now that we've got our Voki style selected, we can go ahead and make some further customizations. You can see here I am able to change the Voki's hairstyle. So I can change the hairstyle to whatever I want. And I can also change the color of all of these things. So you can see this color palette down here below the Voki. If I click on hair, it's going to give me some typical hair colors, and I can go ahead and change that Voki to whatever hair color I want. With this particular Voki, I am able to change the mouth style as well. Anything that you see grayed out, for example, this one, that feature is not available on this particular Voki. Let's continue customizing. You'll notice that we have a clothing tab. Now, some Vokis you're going to be able to customize their clothing more than others, but this one has a lot of different clothing styles that we can see and we can choose from here. So you just go ahead and click the one that you want to use with your Voki. And there's two different categories as well. So you get casual and you have some costumes. This particular Voki has some headgear, so we can also choose a headband if we want to. Again, not all Vokis will have all of these options. The last customization that you can make is bling. So you can see our Voki is wearing sunglasses, so we can change the glasses type. We can add some jewelry to our Voki, and we can also add some other items to our Voki. Again, not all Vokis will have all of these customization options. So when you're done customizing your character, you're going to go ahead and click Done here. The next thing that I like to do is change the background. So we're going to click on the Backgrounds button. And this will allow you to put your Voki into a scene of some kind. So you can see again here that we have several different categories. So you can find a category, you can scroll through the categories by clicking the arrows here. You can put your Voki indoors, you can put your Voki outdoors. There's just a variety of different places where you can place your Voki. You also have the ability to upload your own image files to use as a background. So I'm going to have my Voki be outside. And I'll go ahead and click Done. Now it's time to give your Voki a voice, and you have 4 different options when it comes to giving your Voki a voice. The first option is you can actually record by phone. So if you don't have a microphone in your classroom and you want your students to give their Vokis their own voice, it will actually give you a phone number that you can call in, and it will allow you to record your voice over the phone. The next option is a text-to-speech option. You can actually type in what you want the Voki to say, and it will use a computer-generated voice to speak your text. The third option is using a microphone. So your laptops have a built-in microphone, so you could use that, or if you have a headset with a microphone, you can use that as well. And the last option is if you have an audio file already recorded, saved on your computer, you can upload that. I'm going to use the text-to-speech option, so I'm going to click the keyboard key, and it's going to give me an area for me to type my text. So after I've typed my text, I can go ahead and play this to see what it sounds like. Now, it's important to note that sometimes, even if you spelled things correctly, the Voki may not read it correctly, so you might have to spell words phonetically to get the Voki to pronounce it correctly. You have different accents and languages that you can use and different voice styles. Now, obviously, Paul is not a good choice for this one, but you can see we have several different English speaking styles, anything from US to UK, Scottish, and Australian. So I'm going to try Emily. Okay, and that sounds a little bit better. So we're going to go ahead and use that style. So I'll click done. The player is this portion of the outside of the Voki, so we can go ahead and click that if we want to change that, and that's just basically the colored portion around the outside edge of your Voki. Click done. The last thing that you want to do when you are finished with your Voki is to actually publish the Voki. Publish is the same thing as save. So I'm going to go ahead and click publish. I'm going to give my Voki a name, and I'm going to click save. It'll take just a minute to save the Voki. It'll tell you that your scene has been saved, so you can go ahead and close that. You'll see your Voki appear here, and then you see some different options that you have to share the Voki. If I wanted to get a link to this Voki, I can come down here and say select a newly created URL, and I would want the standard Voki link. I could then copy this, and I could tweet this, or I could send it in an email. Your other option is you can actually embed the Voki in your own site. So here's the embed code that I would need to use to copy and paste to the HTML section of my blog or my website. First thing I would need to do is select the size of the Voki that I would want, and then after I select the size, I would copy the embed code and paste it on the HTML section of my blog or my website. Now, all Vokis that you create are saved in your account, and to access those, you click on the My Voki tab at the top, and you'll be able to see all of the Vokis that you have created, and you would be able to edit or change the Voki, or you can actually delete the Voki. So that's a quick tutorial on how to use the Voki website.